Hi, this is Cooking with Kathy. Today I'm going to show you guys how to make an Ecuadorian, we call it tortilla, and we're going to make it with some sweet cream of corn. We're going to make it with cornmeal, which takes 2 eggs, it takes some mozzarella cheese, and I'm going to show you guys how to do it step by step. Okay, we're going to start first with the 1 cup of corn meal. And we're just gonna put it in there. Then we're gonna get the sweet corn. We're gonna use a whole can and we're gonna just put it in there. Okay. We are making in my country we call it una tortilla de corn with cornmeal, sweet tortilla. That's what they call it in my country. And we're gonna put the 2 eggs in there. Make sure I don't drop this down. Make sure we don't drop no shells in there. So then after I do this, I have another shelf there and another one here. We gotta be careful because we don't want nobody eating that. Then after we do this, we're gonna put a little bit of salt. I don't put any sugar because it already got the cream style sweet corn, so I just put a little bit of salt, which it is, sometimes I use like half a little teaspoon. And then we're gonna use some brown sugar. I don't put the regular sugar, like I said, sometimes I do use it, sometimes I don't, so I'm gonna put 1 spoon of brown sugar. And then after we do all this and we mix it, we are gonna just mix it around, just like this. We're gonna mix it around. This is something that my kids love when I make it, even my grandkids. And then it looks a little like too soft, so we're gonna put a little more of the cornmeal. This tortilla is really good. Really good when you make it with hot chocolate or for the morning, or when you have people over and you invite them. It's something nice. It tastes sweet and a little salty. And right now I'm gonna have to put a little more bit of flour, so I'm gonna change my gloves really quick so I can be able to. The reason I use gloves is because I don't want to have my hands all sticky with this, with the cornmeal and the eggs and all that. So I'm gonna take just a little bit. Remember, all this is how you taste, the way you like it. If you like it soft, but I like it a little bit hotter, so it can be easier to make it. So now it's getting perfect. You guys see it? So we just mix it just like that. And it's simple ingredients. You don't need to, it doesn't take so long. It's done in 15 minutes, 20 minutes. You can have all these little tortillas that taste delicious and they really flavor. And after this is done, I have already my cheese here cut. I cut it in little squares. I thought I was gonna use a little water, but I think I'm gonna do it like this. I've done it like this before, so we don't need any water. Then you just grab it, you go like this, you make it in a little bowl, and then you just put a little piece of cheese in it, and you make it like this. I like to do things simple. I don't want it to be too hard. So we are making this right now. We're gonna make them all. And it's nice and easy. You know how difficult it is to find recipes that is like a million things. I like to do everything 1, 2, 3, especially when you have a lot of family coming or visiting, or you want to have a bunch of stuff done. I can teach you how to do everything nice and easy. Oops, a little bit went there. That's okay. We can deal with it in a little. Let's do this. And they are super, super good. So let's put this over here. It just fell out. And then We're gonna make a few, and we just keep going. I just took out my knife and extra cheese in case we needed more. And if you like, you can make it with any different cheese that you want. You don't have to make it only with mozzarella cheese, because this is mozzarella cheese. My kids love it with mozzarella cheese. So you don't have to make it with mozzarella cheese, so you can make it with every cheese. And also people that are gluten-free, like my daughter, she can have, she's gluten-free. So I make her this ones with the cheese that she can have, which is that gluten cheese free, and she really like the cheese like that. So we're making here, and you'll see at the end. And the best part also is that I love when I fry them, I like to use them. I like to fry them with olive oil. And I think that if you do it with olive oil, it's a little healthier. And this is not unhealthy at all. Not at all. You see, it's nice. It's like even your kids can do it with you, even your grandkids, anybody you want them. And let me tell you, they'll have a lot of fun because they'll love it. Better than giving them a little candy, we give them this. And my granddaughters love them, especially when we make hot cocoa with it, because it tastes nice, and they are nice and soft. Okay. Here we are, and we're gonna do the last one. Let's make it a little. Okay, here we go. Here we are. Now let me take my gloves off. Let me pick this up. I would just put this on the side just so don't have a mess. Now we're gonna go over here. And I have the olive oil already there. I usually just put it there and then put it on medium, which is pretty easy. And I told you, I like olive oil. You can use butter, you can use any oil you want, but I use the olive oil, so I put it on medium to get a little. We're gonna check it in a little to see that it's hot. So let's come back. Let me see if it is now done. Usually how I find out if it is done, I throw a little bit of the flour to see, well, it's not done yet. Now we see that it's bubbling, so I'm gonna grab each one of my little tortillas to put them there, and we just put them nice and slow. I usually put 5, and I just let them get done, and you just gotta wait for them to get a little brown. I'm gonna put it a little higher than medium. Okay. Okay, you can see that they are starting to bubble. That's perfect. So we're gonna leave them for a little. What I do usually, I grab my spatula and I just move them a little down. Just a little down. Just again a little down. Make it like a little flat. And that's it. Then I just leave them there. Let me wash it a minute. I'm just cleaning it. Make sure you guys don't put it wet in the oil because you don't want that to get burned or nothing like that. I'm drying it really good. You don't want to get burned. So we leave them there for a few little minutes. And then what I like to do too is I like to cut a little bit of cheese to put on the top, because after they are done, you put a little cheese on the top and they are delicious. So I get a shredder. I have a little shredder for cheese. I have like a little thing that I take, and I'll just go like this on top of it, because I like to use little tortillas. They call it really different. They call them tortillas, they call them arepas, everybody calls it different, which is the beauty of being Spanish. Because one thing, my husband, he is white, and it's been doing all these meals and teaching him how to cook, because he loves it, especially when it's easy. He loves it. When it's too complicated, he doesn't like it. So I learned how to cook a little, just easy for him, and make these little recipes for him, because this is something that I decided to do it so he can learn how to eat a little bit of our culture. Now I'm gonna turn them a little. I'm really careful turning them. Really careful. Make sure you don't want to get burned. So I'm gonna lower that a little, and then I keep turning them. The reason why we like olive oil is because, for me, it's a little healthier. Like I said, anybody can do it the way you want it. You don't have to do it the way I do it. You can put any kind of oil, any kind of butter. Some people do it in butter. You know, like for my kids, I do it in butter. My daughter does it in butter. That's why I said some people. But literally, it's my kids. But this is one of my kids' favorite. It's gonna be done soon. Like I said, it doesn't take that long. It takes a few minutes, and it's nice, and it's completely delicious. Make sure it's nice and brown when you guys do it. Nice and brown in both sides. I'm gonna turn it again so you can look. You guys can see it. And the reason I put this paper towel in there is just to drain the little oil, so it doesn't look nice, it doesn't look greasy. Okay, we're going to turn it again. Really careful. One more time. One thing, I don't know how my mother does it, but she always turns them so good. I'm getting there. Okay, don't do that. Don't put your fingers in there. I do it because I've been doing cooking for so many years. We are almost done. Okay, now we're going to turn them one more time. You see how nice and brown they're looking? They're looking perfect. Now the other side has to do, and then we'll be done. And then I'll let you guys see how I finish the dish at the end. They're going to be so good. Almost done. Now I'm going to take them out because they are done. You can see them. So I'm going to be really careful. And this is why I put the... So I'm going to be really, really careful. Take them out. Drain them. And I'll make sure that I move the pan out of the stove. Turn this off. And now I'm going to put in each one to be nice and served. And then, because my kids like more cheese, you guys saw it, I just go and get a little cube of mozzarella cheese and just put it on top, just like that. Let's not let it go to waste. And I do all of them like that. All of them with a little extra cheese. My kids love this. Oh, I'm sorry. It's like getting out of the way. It doesn't matter. It's going in the same plate. So. If you like more cheese, you put more cheese. This is how my kids love it. And they like it. And now, for the end, I can show you guys. Cutting it in the middle. Delicious. Thank you for watching me, and thank you for learning more with Cooking with Kathy, and I'll be back.